Today I'm going to share with you 4 easy no-bake recipes that are allergy-friendly to help you out in a pinch or any other time you need a quick treat. I don't want you to forget about the standby cookie options that are on your grocery store shelves that you can grab in a pinch that are allergy-friendly. For us, Oreos are super allergy-friendly because we're able to eat wheat and soy in our house. They're dairy-free, nut-free, in our case, sesame and mustard-free. The next no-bake cookie that I'm going to tell you about is one that my mom had made for her when she had corn and wheat allergies. My great-grandmother used to make her chocolate oatmeal cookies, and it's a super simple recipe to put together. For this recipe in particular, you want to have rolled quick cooking oats because this is just a stovetop recipe. Any other form of oatmeal would not cook fast enough. Just run-of-the-mill cocoa powder, any kind that's safe for you will work. I'm using coconut oil today, and this makes for a firmer cookie. If you want to substitute with any other form of plant butter that you enjoy, you can do that. Just know that they might be a little bit chewier just because other plant butters that are supposed to be simulating real butter have more water content. So if you're wanting these to be a little more crystallized and firm, then you should use some form of hard solid oil at room temperature. So that could be the Spectrum Organic palm oil. There are a few other options too that would make it a little firmer. My grandma's original recipe did call for butter, and they were delicious too. And then any form of non-dairy drink that works for your family. So I'm using original soy milk because that's the one we have most in our house, but any of them will work, and some vanilla for a little extra flavor. Here's my plate of chocolate oatmeal cookies. As you can see, they set up wonderfully in the fridge. They're chocolatey, sweet, and oh so delicious. I'm hoping this recipe will work for you. I've been having to make sure the kiddos stay away because they're trying to snatch them off the plate. The next recipe that we really love in our house is Chex Muddy Buddies that are modified to be dairy and nut-free. What's really great about this recipe is you can swap the cereal out for different types of cereal to fit your needs. And in our case, we use almond butter or sun butter because peanut butter is a no-go for us. And it is so delicious and freezes wonderfully. Did you know you can eat Chex Muddy Buddies straight from the freezer and they taste just as good as normal? Ask me how I know. Here is my lineup of ingredients and possible substitutions to make the Chex Muddy Buddies. What do you all call it? When I grew up, we called it puppy chow. Now the recipe says Muddy Buddies. I don't know. I used to always find these to be so exciting. My family never made them growing up, so anytime somebody had them at their house, I got really excited. And who knew that they just involve a microwave and a couple bowls? So here are some possible swaps. So first, find your allergy-friendly chocolate chips. Here are a few brands. Enjoy Life works for most people, not all. Obviously, if you have a chocolate allergy, this will not work for you. I'm sorry. This recipe is chocolate dependent. So here are Enjoy Life chocolate chips. Trader Joe's sells dairy-free chocolate chips. They are dairy-free and gluten-free. They do contain soy. My Kroger affiliate has been selling these. I can find them periodically. And here are the ingredients in there. There's no soy in these ones. And then this is my favorite brand of chocolate chips. We are able to eat these safely. Again, everybody's allergies are different. Their comfort level is different. So these are the Kirkland Signature. I have not been able to find these in my store lately. However, you can still buy them online as to when the day I'm filming this video. So it's 4.5 pounds of chocolate chips. Here are the ingredient label. Here is the ingredient label. And then here's the allergy statement. So just be aware of that. The next choice is your cereal base. In our family, we love rice Chex. Personally, I buy the generic ones from Aldi just because they're much more affordable. But all I'm doing is I'm taking the ingredient list off the back of the Muddy Buddies and I'm making allergy-friendly swaps. So let's continue down the line and I'll tell you a few more. Also, if you can't have rice, you could switch it to corn Chex. If you can't have corn and rice, you could do the wheat Chex. You could probably try this recipe with like a Cheerio, but it wouldn't have quite the same texture of the cereal breaking. You know, having the air pockets in the middle of the cereal does affect the texture, but you can make something else really fun and similar doing a different recipe. We need powdered sugar. Be aware if you have a corn allergy, cornstarch is in a lot of powdered sugars, so you might need to look into some alternatives if that's the case. You need some form of seed or nut butter. So we aren't doing peanut butter in our house because my youngest is allergic, but we can do almond butter and sun butter. And then there's also wow butter, which is soy based. There are a lot of different options for seed and nut butters. So pick whichever one works best for you. And then we need some form of butter alternative. So my personal favorite for baking is the Country Crock plant sticks with olive oil. They do contain soy, so if that's a problem for you, there are other brands without. And then I also have substituted just coconut oil. I do not consider coconut in particular to be a tree nut, but I know a lot of people do have coconut oil allergies also. So when I go ahead, I'm just going to substitute my ingredients on the recipe label and get to mixing. Here's the finished bowl of Muddy Buddies. If I was to take this to a party, I would for sure at least double it because it is so delicious, it's hard to put down. And I'm going to be topping it with a few Choco Yums that I had left over from our gingerbread house making. And these are the ones, I purchased these a long time ago. That's why it says top 8 free. I'm sure it says top 9 now. And then because we're able to have them in our house, I'm going to add a few marshmallows because my boys love just plain marshmallows. And I thought I'd throw in some pretzels too to kind of make like a little snack mix. We're going to be going to like a Christmas tree lighting event with fireworks and stuff tonight. So this way I'm packing everybody their own little individual bags of treat mix. And then nobody will feel like they're left out when we're not purchasing other things when we're out and about. So this is one delicious recipe I highly suggest you make. Here is my baggie that I prepared for the freezer, and I have learned the hard way to not only put the date and what the item is, but to include most of the ingredients, or at least ones that I'm not entirely sure if my child can have, because that way, if it's a month down the road and our knowledge of allergies have changed, I know whether or not this is safe. The last no-bake recipe that should not be discounted is the trusty Rice Krispie treat. It is delicious, gluten-free depending on the cereal you choose, and relatively inexpensive compared to a lot of allergy-friendly boxed cookies that you can find. And it only takes like 10 minutes to mix together. If you need some ideas on how to make your Rice Krispie treat special, log on to allergyawesomeness.com and check out her review of different marshmallow brands, cereal options, and different ways she's decorated her Rice Krispie treats over the years. Let's talk Rice Krispie treats. You know, there are times when you just want an easy, no-bake dessert that you can bring all the places that fit most allergy needs, and Rice Krispie treats often fit the bill. To start, I'm going to talk through some of the substitutions you can make with different allergies. I personally buy this Millville crispy rice from Aldi. It's cheap, and also it does not contain malt, which is what makes a lot of the name brand Rice Krispies not safe for people who are gluten-free. And so this works for us. Oatmeal also makes a gluten-free crispy rice cereal as well, so you can find that a lot of places. There are a lot of different brands, but I found that Kellogg's in particular and some of the other ones do all contain malt. And then when it gets to marshmallows, I recommend using the small marshmallows. We happen to have an incident of kiddos breaking into the bag, so I don't have enough small marshmallows to make this recipe. So we're gonna work with the big ones. I don't have a problem In our house, using just standard marshmallows. The ingredients on these Great Value ones is here. So there's corn syrup, cornstarch, gelatin, flavorings, etc. In most, oh, this has may contain traces of tilapia. That's interesting. I've never noticed that before. And we don't have an issue with fish either in our house. So if you are vegan, most of the inexpensive store brands will not work for you because they all do contain gelatin. But Dandy's sells a vegan marshmallow, as well as Trader Joe's. I believe both I think contain soy, so that's just something to keep aware of. Also, then you need some form of butter alternative if your family is dairy free. I often choose these Country Crock plant butter sticks. They work really well for us in almost all applications. Here are the ingredients on that. And then also coconut oil works really well. If you dislike having a coconut flavor of any kind, then I would not get the cold pressed coconut oil. If you get a more refined coconut oil, it will take out a lot of that coconutty taste. I hope you found a new recipe idea that will work for your family and your allergy needs. Make sure you subscribe down below so you don't miss any new content, and hit that notification bell. Remember, you too can have your happily ever after, even with your food allergies. Thanks for watching.